Okay, hello everybody. My name is Jameson Chase Young. This is Coins in History. I'm standing at the place where James Dean, the film actor, crashed. I'll first show you around here, and then we'll talk about my 1955 Benjamin Franklin half dollar. But first, the James Dean crash site. It's quite the memorial. If you walk down here, there's bras and there's panties and and all the good stuff that, you know, people memorize people for. I'm going to be leaving Mr. Dean a cigarette, but this is a green tea leaf, no tobacco, nicotine cigarette. So that'll probably be better, I think, than the real thing. But yeah, James Dean, and also just right down the road is a nice memorial. And right down the road the other way is the last stop, truck stop, where James Dean stopped in at right before he got into this crash. And obviously James Dean was a big film star, or I should say he would have been a big film star. He was kind of like the Ritchie Valens, Buddy Holly of movies. You know, he came out in 3 different films, and then he passed away. 3 major films. He had a lot of smaller roles in small movies before he passed away. And he's the first actor, 2 of those films didn't even get released until after his death. He became the first actor to be posthumously nominated for an Oscar, never winning. Then he became the first actor to be 2 times nominated posthumously for a movie. And obviously, I think most people, you know, he had Giants, he had East of Eden, but most people remember him for Rebel Without a Cause. You know, that movie, like, his cultural impact had a lot bigger impact than his actual movie career. Not his fault. He would have probably had a huge movie career, you know, if he would have lived. But yeah, he had 3 movies, and I said his cultural impact, you know, far exceeded his actual career. Because yeah, for years after 1955, all through the mid to late 50s, early 60s, you know, teenage boys wore those leather jackets, had their cigarette hanging out their mouth. So yeah, he made a huge impact on culture, even though he wasn't around long. And I know some list, like when they list like greatest actors, they even put him in the top 20. So he made a huge impact in a very short period of time. He was born in February 8th, 1931. He died right here at this spot, September 30th, 1955. His resting place is a Park Cemetery in Fairmont, Indiana. He's from Indiana. That's where he was born, even though he grew up most of his years in Los Angeles area. They were going to do some like car racing. No, he was not street racing. He was actually meeting some friends to do like some organized racing. It was a 2-car collision. He had a passenger in there, and another car was involved. He was the only one that died. His passenger from Germany, a friend who was from Germany, he got the other car. He got kind of wounded, not too bad, but wounded. Both lived for decades afterwards. And James Dean was the only fatality right here. And yeah, how it is now, this road back here used to be the main road when James Dean was around, but they've changed it to just a little off-ramp side road thing. And currently that freeway back there is the main road. And well, I guess I'll leave him my cigarette. I guess before I start talking about my 1955 Benjamin Franklin half dollar, we'll give old James Dean his smoke. I think he'd probably like that. Anyway, it was in 1955 when James Dean was tragically dying here, and it was 1955 when this Benjamin Franklin half dollar was being minted. Everybody loves the Benjamin Franklin half dollars. I like them because of their simplicity. You know, they don't got a bunch of junk packed on them. They're really nice. Even when they get worn down, they're nice. They're one of those coins that I actually like them a little bit more worn than nice. I have some that are really nice and shiny. They don't look as cool as the old ones. And if you flip the Benjamin Franklin and look on the back, it has a big Liberty Bell, but it also has a tiny little eagle. That tiny little eagle is because there was a rule saying that the half dollars had to have eagles on the back, but the woman, just like she really wanted Benjamin Franklin on the front, she really wanted the Liberty Bell on the back. She got her way, but they also followed the rule by putting that little eagle on the back. The 1955 Franklin half dollar it's a key date in the series, where, you know, recognized for having a low mintage. And it was only struck in the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint struck 2,498,181. These half dollars are 90% silver, 10% copper, and that is a total of 0.36169 ounces of silver. They weigh 12.5 grams. Their diameter is 30.6 millimeters. Their designer is John R. Sanuk. And anyway, it was this very amazing coin when, unfortunately, James Dean had his tragic accident, and it was this amazing coin going on, being minted when James Dean passed away here. So that's a horrible thing to have happened, but it's a very memorable thing in the history of Hollywood, and this coin is a very amazing coin. I do hope that you find these videos interesting and you enjoy them. If you do, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. My name's Jameson Chase Young. This is Coins in History. Thank you for watching.